Hey you guys, I know it's been a minute since I last did a video, and today I'm going to be showing you guys what I got growing on in my backyard now that we're into the cold season, which is a perfect time to grow lots of awesome greens. Let me show you what I started growing, and I'm going to show you a little bit about how to do this yourself. So let's come and take a closer look at what I have growing on right now and see if you can take a guess of what this is. Now take a close look at this green right here. Let me see if you can kind of guess what kind of green this is. And I'll give you a minute to just kind of look at it and decide. All right, cut it. Did you guys guess it right? It's spinach! That's right! Popeye's favorite green, man, is the spinach meister. Alright, so I'm going to show you guys exactly how I did it and how you can repeat the same thing in your crib. So let's take a close look and see how I planted this spinach over here. And spinach is one of those things, it's cold hardy, so it will grow in the fall through the winter. As long as you take care of it, you water it, you put it in some good soil. And I am using the square foot gardening method over here. So if you haven't noticed, I got them kind of close together. You don't have to do this, but if you have a tight spot, you don't have too much space to plant stuff, you might want to think about doing this. But that is, I would say, about 3 weeks old now. And I planted these directly into the ground from seed. And I pretty much did this whole side of the raised bed, and I'm leaving this side for some lettuce that I'm going to be growing a couple of varieties here. But let me go ahead and show you a little bit more about how I got this thing started. Alright, so I'm going to be showing you guys a little bit more detail about how I put this together, and I got my little handy helper over here to help me out to show you guys how it gets done. Okay, so one of the first things you want to make sure is you start off with good soil. Okay, now I actually mixed in here some leaf compost, some organic leaf compost that I got from the nursery, and I mixed it in with the soil that was already here. Put a little bit of peat moss in here, so it's 1/3 peat moss, 1/3 the soil that was already here, and another third of the leaf compost. And then I also mixed in some vermiculite on top of that just to hold some of the moisture in. Now this is a kind of a bad example because it's been compacted, because I've kind of been stepping in here, which you normally should not be doing when you have a raised bed set up. It should be long enough so that you can reach all the way through here, but because I was stepping in here for other reasons, you can see how low it is, okay, compared to that area here, which is kind of good because now I'm going to show you exactly what has to be done to make sure that you have this fluffed up properly so that you can put your seeds directly in here and ready to go, because you shouldn't be too compacted like it is over here. So let me get my little son over here to help me out. We're going to loosen this stuff up. So you want to start digging? There you go. You got to put them to work, you guys. Put them to work. There you go. There you go. Put your hands into it. Dig it on in there. Good. Very good. And then you want to fluff it up. Nice and loose. Very good. Okay, let's get this.
That's spider. Oh, it's not.
No.
Shadow spider. It's our shadow because it was gray. Black. Can I do it now?
Yeah, go ahead.
What I'm supposed to do.
Alright guys, so I went ahead and dug in with the help of my boy here, and we got most of it pretty much pulled in from the bottom over here, so it's nice and loose. And I'm just going to take the rest and fluff it up with my hands, just like that. And you can see the dark matter in here. It's actually really nice. Look at the coloration. And over here where we live, it's unfortunately it's really acidic, the soil, really sandy soil. So that's why it's important to add some really good, rich organic dark matter, and leaf compost is a really good thing to use to help balance some of that acidic levels in there. So I think that looks pretty good. And some of these, like you can tell, this was the original sand or the original dirt, and you can see the color, how light color that is. It's really sandy, and that's what I was talking about. But that's okay. And one of the other things I mixed in here as well is some glacier rock dust, and that's something I've been using for a while, for a few years, and it's always worked out really nicely for me. Alright, so I think we're good to go. Now that we have this area pretty much done, spinach can do about 9 per square foot. Okay, so you figured you got a square foot over here, alright, and you fluff it up. You want to make 9 holes like this. 1, 2, 3, and then do another one right here. 1, 2. Can you do that with your finger? Very good. Another one here. Good. Another one here. All right. Let's do more right here, and then here, and you know where the last one goes. Right here. Not too deep. That's a little bit too deep, but that's okay. Alright, so now that we got the holes in there, and the variety I'm using is F-Tarpy 1. Now it's not my favorite variety because it's an F1 variety, which is a hybrid. I normally like to use an heirloom variety, but because these grow pretty big and I don't plan to get any seeds from this, it is certified organic, so I don't have to worry about that. And I get seeds from everywhere, so Seeds of Change is just not the only place I get seeds from. And all you do is you take your seeds out, just like that. And these are pretty big seeds, so they'll do pretty well. And just take one and put them in the hole. Go ahead. Put them in the hole. Good. Now do the other one. Just like that. Good boy. This is how you teach your kids how to grow food. Get them involved. Let them see how it's grown. Let them water it. Then they'll be more enthusiastic about tasting it. Or not. Not it too much. Okay, good job. All right. So that's it. Now we're just going to go ahead and water it, and then it's probably going to take a good 10 days, 14 days. It depends as far as seeing it germinate and seeing it actually pop up. Spinach is one of those things that takes a little bit more time, but it'll be worth it in the long run. So let's get to watering. Okay, so now we're all set for watering, and if you're hooked up to the city water and you live in an area that most likely has the water filled with chlorine and fluoride, you might want to just filter that stuff out, because we all know that that stuff is not good for you, right? So this water right here, it has been filtered, so I'll make sure that whatever I feed to my plants, if it's not good enough for me to drink it, then I don't want to feed it to my plants. So make sure that you try to use the clean stuff if possible, okay? All right, so we're going to go ahead and water this. Go ahead, buddy. Right here. Move it around. Here, let me help you out, buddy. All right, don't be shy about it. Just go ahead and water it all in there. There you go. Okay, now get the rest of the spinach some water too, because they're thirsty too. Keep looking around.
I want to do it.
All right. Gotta let them do it.
I want that water.
I know. Gotta get some more water. All right. I'm gonna go get some more water, but you guys get the idea. Okay, so once you seed your whatever it is, whether that be lettuce or spinach, make sure you water right away, because if you let it sit there, or unless it's gonna rain, you know it's gonna rain for sure within 24 hours, then you don't have to worry about it, which is ideal. But make sure you water it right after you seed, because it needs that
I'm
that
gonna
water.
get more water.
Okay. Apparently I'm taking too long, so he's gonna get some water. All right, guys, so we're gonna do another follow-up on the spinach a little later, so I'll see you guys next time. All right, y'all take it easy.